Welcome back to season 2, episode 2 of Life as a Full-Time Braider. Today's guest is amazing and I've been wanting her to come on the show for so long. So I'm proud and I'm so grateful that she has actually come on today. So my guest has literally built her business around specializing in one type of braiding. She has so much attention to detail and her color blends are insane. Like anyone who wants to get color blends for their braids, please check her out. Obviously, I'm not going to mention her name right now. She has also built a very strong community on her social media platforms, and she's just great. I think if you want this certain technique, definitely go to her. So welcome, Sashe Amari, CEO of Sashe Amari, isn't it?
Sashe Amari.
Sashe Amari.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, girl. I know it's been a long time coming. It really has. But I'm happy that I'm here now and I'm super excited.
Isn't it, babe? Because I've literally been following you for a very long time.
I've been following you as well, girl. I've been following. I remember when even when I made my Instagram account, you were already amongst the ones who were braids for all textures. I remember seeing that detail. So you've definitely been.
Oh, thank you. It went quick though, isn't it?
It's gone so quickly.
All right. So we're going to get to know you a little bit. So first, just tell us a little bit about how your upbringing was, where you was born, maybe how your childhood was between birth up until adolescence, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean, she's introduced me really well, but for those of you who do not know me, my name is Sashe and I'm the founder and CEO of Sashe Amari, which is a hair brand based here in London. The business initially started off as braiding services. I don't know if you remember me as Hair by Sashe.
I don't. Was that when you was doing braid, like
when I was doing everything?
Like that?
I was Hair by Sashe. Since then, the business have grown. We now supply hair products to customers all over the world, and more recently education to the knotless braid mastery course and the academy. So yeah, that's where we are at. In terms of my upbringing, so I was born in Jamaica, and I lived in Jamaica until I was about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And that's actually really where I was first exposed to braiding. So growing up, you know, in a big yard, I had all my older cousins and everyone could do hair. And I feel like I was always quite good with my hands. And for some reason, I was always keen to get involved with what they were doing. So whilst everyone else was playing, they would be braiding someone's hair and I'll be that child behind, literally. Have you seen those videos that's been surfacing with
the little kids?
And they literally
are better than me. I'm like, no.
I look at it and I'm like, that brings back so much memory. So because that was literally me. So I went to my first half of primary school, I think year 1. Yeah. I done in Jamaica, then I came here.
What made your mum bring you over to like Jamaica? Is it a thing where your mum just came over first and then brought you over after?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So my parents came over first.
Yeah.
And so I was really raised with my grandma in Jamaica for those years. You know, your family comes to the UK for a better life.
Exactly, yeah.
And they come first to see how it is, get settled, and then I came over afterwards. Yeah.
Nice. Now, I was aware that your first career was a nurse. What made you want to take on that role? And did you have to face what challenges did you have to face during like the nursing period of your life?
Yeah, so I would say, my first ever job was a nurse. I started braiding on the side in my first year of university doing nursing. And it's one of those things where you go through school, you're in sixth form, and now it's time to pick what you're going to study at university. You know, you're growing up, your parents instilling you that go to school, go to university, get a degree. So nursing was actually never in the plan. It was only when I got to sixth form and we were picking what we wanted to do at university. And I was like, well, because of my caring nature, because of how I am, if I'm going to get a degree, it's going to be in health and social care. Yeah. And my A-levels weren't related to nursing any at all. I done like maths, English, art. So it was between nursing and health and social care. Yeah. And when it was time to go to university, I decided to take a gap year because I wasn't sure. And I already seen so many people who were just falling out of university because they didn't like what they were doing. And so I took about 2 years out.
Is this before you went to
Before
university?
I went to university, I took...
During that year, what did you do within that year of...
Yeah, so I took 2 years out because I said I wanted to get some work experience in the field. And I actually worked part-time as a domiciliary care worker. So
what is that?
So it's like a support worker in the community. So instead of being hospital-based, you go home to home.
Is that for all ages or elderly?
Elderly, mainly elderly. Yeah, mainly elderly. And actually, whilst doing that job, I was exposed to social workers and nurses, district nurses. Yeah. And so from then, I kind of decided that, oh, well, I like nursing because you get that one-to-one care, whereas with social work, it wasn't really like that. Yeah, so I done that for 2 years, and then I was like, well, I might as well pick something up to get some, I don't know, some extra grades. So I ended up doing health and social care as well, and then went to university and done nursing, and I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed nursing. I think for me, probably the biggest challenge was balancing braiding and nursing, because like I said, my first year of studying to become a nurse is when I started braiding, and the demand grew quite quickly, and that went up until when I was even nursing. So it's balancing clients and the demand of nursing. So it was challenging, but I feel like it built a lot of character in me. It gave me so many skills.
Because when you was nursing, was you doing like night shifts or just, because I heard nurses do like 12-hour crazy shifts?
I was doing night shifts and day shifts, and on my days off I would be braiding, and I'm back on nights. It was a lot. It was a lot. But like I said, it definitely shaped me into the person that I am today, for sure.
Now, you decided to take the leap from nursing to your braiding career. Why choose the braiding industry? Obviously, you touched a bit on like when you was younger and you saw people braiding, but was there like, did you just feel like you would be in this industry, like the braiding industry, or was it just like a fluke, like, oh, okay, I've got this skill, let me just see where it goes?
Do you know what? I do believe that sometimes, like, we are on a path or we plan something for ourselves, but I think sometimes it's not what God called us to do. And I really think that he's given me this skill. He's given me this ability to be able to create and to make women feel good. And so when I then made that transition from nursing to braiding full time, I'd already built the business. And so it was like, I can either struggle with the two, or I can use all of my time to focus on my business. So it kind of just happened naturally. It really, really
it was
did.
like meant to be.
I think so.
Yeah, see, I'm getting that now. Like, I've been braiding for so long, but obviously I was braiding like little kids' hairs that I used to like babysit. Then school, you braid your friends' hairs, and then all of this stuff. And then obviously creating like a brand out of braiding. But I'm at that thing, like I enjoy braiding and it is good money, but I just don't feel like it's something that I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm supposed to be doing something creative. Like this podcast, I feel like before, I don't know if I told you, but I was very conscious about speaking. I would never be on camera. I would never be doing all of this. So that is a big step. And every time I take a little step, I feel like, oh, actually, this could be a career. And I don't know where it will take me. But I just feel like this speaking with, like, communicating with people, learning their stories, I feel like my career will be based on that, but we'll see how it goes.
But, you know, you started with braiding and it's taking you here. Exactly. So I feel like we didn't realize how diverse it can actually be. And when I initially started, it was because of my love for it. I feel like I've continued and grown because I've then obviously educated myself and see where you can actually take a business. So it's now going into education, going into inspiring others. So it's not just like braiding every day. It's developed, so it's so much more now.
Yeah, that's nice, man. And at least you're happy and you feel fulfilled and all of that stuff. That's the main thing. So starting from the bottom, how did you build your clientele? Because I know it's different. It's completely different from nursing to like trying to build. Do you know what I mean? So
I think I started the same way everyone probably started off with friends and family. I remember when I said, okay, I'm starting university, I need a side hustle, I need to do braiding. Where can I find clients who's outside of my like friendship circle and family circle? And at the time I was already on sites like eBay, Spock, Gumtree.
Was that for the hair that you was providing, like
not even hair? No, so I was always doing things. I was even selling clothes on the side. I've had so many side hustles. But in doing that, especially like Gumtree and stuff, I was seeing braiders like promoting their services.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, aside from Instagram, for me at the time, Instagram was literally where I'd post the work.
Yeah.
But to actually find clients, I was posting on Spock, on Gumtree.
I've never heard of Spock, you know.
Spock, yeah. Like one of my first clients, were paying clients, but girl, I put it on. I it's so funny. I feel
old.
Honestly, I put it on Spock, and it was actually a guy who reached out to me. He wanted braids for his partner. And it was a mobile service, and I went there, and yeah, I charged £50, and I went and done her hair. And years later, she actually reached out to me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember you done my hair for Spock." Oh yeah, so it's crazy. So I was just out there trying to find clients. So clients came in that way, and of course, as I started posting more on social media, people were just liking it and were just inquiring, and it kind of just grew organically, I would say. Yeah,
that reminds me, because obviously I worked at Waitrose for like 5 years.
Oh yeah.
So what I would do is I started braiding. I was braiding before, but I started braiding seriously when I was working at Waitrose.
Okay.
So I would literally write like my brand name at the back of receipts and like chase.
I love that.
Listen, outside, and I'll just chase them.
I love that. I love
so
that.
So yeah, I remember that.
You have to get creative. You do. I think now it's a lot easier. Everything is on social media, but when I was starting, it wasn't as popular.
No, it wasn't like that. I feel like it was word of mouth.
For sure. Yeah. And that's a traditional way to get clients anyways, from all the
exactly. But now a lot is Google reviews. Google reviews is really helpful.
It is really good. It is really good, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, that's the little advice. If you want to build your clientele, literally just do whatever you can to put your brand out there, which is a positive.
For sure.
Then just go out and do it.
I would say just consistency. I would say consistency, like post all over social media, not just one platform. Post all over and just be consistent. And
exactly. Yeah.
Your clients will come.
Are you working at home at the moment? Do you work from home?
Yeah. So I have I guess I have the privilege of having a studio space at home. So it is a little salon in itself. So I do that.
What are the pros and cons with working at home? And would you like to own your own salon one day?
Oh, what are the pros for working at? I mean, the commuting is not bad.
Yeah, exactly.
The commuting is not bad. No, I absolutely love it. And the space that I have, it's my space, and I feel like more so than the actual building is the atmosphere that I create for my clients. And absolutely love it. The cons to working at home, I guess sometimes I end up not leaving the house much, so I don't really get my steps in sometimes, so that could be a con. What about you?
No, I work from home.
Oh, do you?
I've been working from home since 2009, since COVID. Because I've done the whole like renting chairs at salons.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's expensive just for a chair.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, nah, this is not for me.
Home?
I prefer home because obviously space. A lot of my clients prefer the atmosphere because they say, "Oh, this experience is actually nicer than going into a salon."
Yep.
Especially those who may have insecurities and stuff like that, so it works well.
I definitely prefer that.
Obviously kids as well, working around the kids, I can work around the kids because I have the space.
When I found out you had babies, I was like, oh my gosh, no way.
Crazy. Yeah, my daughter's 12. My son's gonna be 4 this month.
Oh my gosh, I love that, because I don't think have I seen you post your kids?
Probably on my page, maybe. I posted them a couple times.
Yeah.
But I don't post them much unless I'm doing my daughter's hair or something like that. But yeah, space wise, I would say that is the positives, that just having your own space,
for sure,
working your own hours, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The cons, not leaving the house as much.
Yeah, I do.
And I think I do miss interacting with other stylists when you're in a salon setting. Even it's just nice like having lunch with someone. Do you know what I mean? Even though I can have lunch with my clients now. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like because I've never worked in a salon space, I can't really relate. But also I did have a job, so that whole being around other people at lunchtime, you know, when I'm on the wards with my co-workers, I guess I do miss that element of it.
But back to the salon, do you want the salon, or would you just see yourself like working?
Oh, do you know what? I think if you had asked me this question a few years ago, 100% that would have been the goal.
Yeah.
I think where I see my business going, it's not owning a salon. I want to scale through education and digitally. That's really where
that's where it's going.
That's where I'm going. And do you know what? Not all of my clients, but a lot of my clients prefer mobile services. Me going to them, I feel like the salon space, the hairdressing space, it's changed so much. People really want the convenience of you going to them, or even having that private room. So it's like, even if it was a salon, it will probably have to be like individual rooms. So yeah, I think the way how braiding
I was doing home services before, like
Oh,
the
yeah?
first part of COVID.
Okay.
And obviously I would charge a fee to drive there, but I just thought it's a hassle.
Yeah.
Because you get there, there's no parking. Or you get to the person's place and there's just not enough space to maneuver around, parking ticket, all of this stuff. Then I thought it just doesn't make any sense.
See, I drive, but I've never driven to an appointment.
Yeah.
I know, I just take a cab. I don't even drive. But yeah, no, I don't see myself. I see myself in terms of having a building, probably a physical training academy.
Yeah.
I would do. So it could be a space where,
like the Magic Finger Studio. Have you seen her?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Her setup's nice.
Sashe Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, her setup's
Yeah.
nice.
Something like that I would do.
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is one of the most traumatizing and funniest experiences that have happened to you in your personal life?
Oh my gosh, one of the most traumatizing and funniest. I mean, I can tell you something that was a bit traumatizing and funny. So I went on a holiday with one of my best friends. We went to Egypt, and we went to a water park. Mind you, this was about 2 years ago. So we were adults, and we went to a water park. And as kids, we loved going on scary rides and big rides. We went to a water park, and we went on the ride, and
you drop?
No, it was the most traumatizing thing ever.
Gosh.
It was one of those rides where you go down in a hole, and it goes so fast, and then you
will
drop.
not be going on that.
And when I was a kid, though, we absolutely loved the adrenaline. But I was like, yeah, we're getting too old. So it was scary and funny at the same time. So
yeah,
it was wild.
What is the most See, I've got a most traumatizing, but I don't remember it because I was so small. But when people tell me about it, I'm like, raw. Like, so when I was like 1.5, I swallowed a penny. Like I think it was a 2p or a 1. I think it was a 2p.
Oh, wow.
So it got lodged, but luckily enough, it didn't get lodged flat. So it got lodged with a little, like a side lodge. So I was still able to breathe a little bit, but they took me to like a hospital. They couldn't take it out. They took me to another hospital. They couldn't take it out. But lucky enough, the third hospital, they took it out. So I'm thinking, wow, that's lucky because I could have been dead.
Oh my days.
So when I hear people thinking about it, I'm like, right, I don't have no recollection of it.
Yeah.
That's quite life-changing.
Oh, wow.
And the funniest, I was at a fun. Okay, so I was with little one. I just had one child at the time, Isla. And we went to a fun fair. And you know, in the fun fairs, they have like those slides where you use the bag and you slide down. So it was summer, I had a skirt on. I went to get on the bag and I slipped back. My skirt went up and I slid all the way down the slide.
Oh my gosh.
That was the most embarrassing.
Why does it have to be? Why is it that it's a slide? It's got to be some sort of ride.
It's always a slide. All right. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I would say I'm a extrovert.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a bit of both.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I surprise myself all the time because I always like to think that I'm this bubbly, you know, people's person, like friendly, will, you know, go out and speak. And yeah, the speaking engagement that I had the other day, like at the start of the event, they done like a icebreaker, so a bingo. So you actually had to get up and walk around and cross out the numbers. And I was just like, it was so nerve-wracking for me. So I would say I'm a bit of both. I would say I'm a bit of both.
Oh, what am I?
Yeah.
I think, I would say I'm an introvert, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better. But correct me, I don't know what to call it, but I feel like when I was an introvert, I could still be around crowds, but I would just hide that introversy with the
maybe I'm a bit like that.
Friendly, bubbly. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one would ever notice.
Maybe I'm like that. Until we get a bit more comfortable, and then
exactly.
you can.
But now I can actually embrace being in a setting with loads of people and enjoy.
And still.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you have 80.9k followers on your Instagram.
Do I?
You have 13.8k followers on TikTok. 1.5k subscribers on YouTube. Would you get into YouTube again? Sorry to skip that, but would you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I ever stopped. I think it can be so difficult managing all the different platforms.
Yeah.
I I definitely want to be more consistent on YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of clients through YouTube as well. You think is mainly
how do
Instagram.
clients reach out to you on YouTube, like, or they just look at your work and then they reach out to you on a different platform?
So one of my most recent clients, she actually messaged me from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And she said she was going to her braider, and then she just kept seeing these she didn't know that it's called boho. She kept seeing these natural braids online.
Yeah.
And her braider was saying, yeah, we can't find good hair for it. And she said she went on YouTube and she typed in natural hair braids, and for some reason my channel came up, and she just kept consuming all the content. And I think from there she found my Instagram and contacted me through there, and she booked with me. So yeah, people just search and they find you.
I was gonna say as well, obviously, what techniques and strategies did you use? But I guess it's just the consistency. You're putting yourself out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, people would think I'm some social media expert or something like that, and honestly I really know the basics. It literally is consistency, whether it's putting the right hashtags or just being consistent. And I feel like once you're posting all over, the algorithms kind of pick it up.
I feel like I've given up with algorithms. I don't even put hashtags anymore. I've given up.
But it changes so much. So now I'm hearing you don't actually need hashtag. I just think just be consistent.
Yeah, literally that's what it is. Because people will see it and then they'll see, okay, at least she's being consistent, and post everything as well.
That's it as well, for sure.
All right. So you had a few A-list clients that you've done. Alexandra Burke, Sabrina. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Sabrina Duha.
Sabrina Alba. I know her married name.
Oh, Alba. Yeah, Sabrina Alba. Georgia Douglas, Jamila Strand, and so on. Why do you feel they chose to use your services, and are there other celebrities that you would like to work with?
Why do I think they chose my service? I think just with all my other clients, I guess they found me on social media, liked what they saw.
Articulate.
Liked what they saw, and then they inquired, and maybe how I approached them and how I communicated with them probably helped as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And what was the other part of the question?
It was, who would you like to work with? Is there any other celebrities? It doesn't, any celebrity at all. They don't even have to be a celebrity, but.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I think I do want to do a lot more collaborations, whereas they were my as part of marketing. I think I've seen where other people have collaborated with actual influencers and celebrities to help to push their brand. I would love to get into that because they were all clients. It wasn't like,
and I guess that's just you doing the service and them like writing an agreement and saying I'll post up and mention
in terms of doing it like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So your work is actually clear. Like, I struggle to get clear content, but I just believe my lighting is not that great where I'm based. But what apps or equipment do you use to get such clear work, like clear imagery content?
My iPhone and my ring light. My iPhone and my ring light. One tip I could give, and one of my students in the academy, she came in for an in-person workshop with me. And as she was taking the content, I realized that you'd have the ring light and then on a stand, and then you'd have the phone, and I take the ring light off the phone and have it with me, and I think that makes a big difference. And having a white background,
do you think
a clear white background, I think definitely makes a difference.
Ah, nice. How often would you recommend braiders should post on social media? Again, it's just consistency, so post whenever you do
for sure,
anyone's hair.
For sure.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
How would I describe myself in 3 words? I would say that I'm kind. I would say that I'm kind. I would say that I'm a perfectionist. I am. I think I held myself to a high standard, and everything that I do, I try to do to the best of my ability. I think the downside to that is that sometimes I can be quite indecisive. In that I just get stuck on on trying to figure out the same thing, and it can just slow me down. And it's trying to be perfect. And so, as I've matured both personally and professionally, I've kind of learned to trust my instinct more and to kind of just train my mind to think, you know, it's better to make a decision and move forward than to stay stuck in the same place.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, the downside to that is I can be indecisive. So yeah, I would say kind, a perfectionist, and sometimes indecisive.
Yeah. I think mine's
you?
will be I'm very supportive.
Okay.
With friends, anything that people want to do, I'm supportive in any way that I can be. I'm very kind.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very kind and understanding. And what else? I'm trying to think of a word that I haven't used before. I
think you're gifted and talented.
Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like I'm getting quite graceful as well. I think.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that's hard.
I like
hard.
that.
Patience is a struggle. I wouldn't say patience. I'm not patient yet. I'm learning though. Do you think you're patient?
I am, but you know, being a nurse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to.
You have to say it. I feel like I always kind of had those traits in me, but doing even just braiding, standing for hours, you really do have to develop that
patience,
that
isn't
trait
it?
for sure. Yeah.
What's your personal description of confidence? How would you describe do you feel like you're confident?
Do I think that I'm confident? I think for me, confidence is knowing that it's not me, but it's God working through me. So it's knowing that, you know, even if I can't do something or if I don't have the natural will, he's got me.
Yeah.
And I think I have confidence through him. For me, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I've realized as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he will make things happen, isn't it?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Take us through your daily routine on a working day and on a relaxed day.
My daily routine on a working day.
Even though I'm guessing the braids take up most of your day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can give you an example. So, if I have, it actually depends if am I braiding or am I working in my business or on my business?
That's true. I guess it's more enjoyable when you're working on your business.
Do you know what? I enjoy both.
Yeah.
I like when I'm working in my business or doing a client because that's easy for me. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm going to set up. My client's going to come. I know what I'm doing. I know the end result is going to be good. When you're kind of planning things to help to grow your business, like working on my courses and stuff or content, that can be a little bit difficult. And so that might not be as easy or as enjoyable.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I've got a client, I get up, try to have breakfast, not all the time. They come literally braiding for the whole day. And then when they leave, I'm up on my phone looking at the content. Doing some quick editing before bed. And
Oh, nice. So going back to the courses quickly, could you just let the audience know, like give them any tips that for anyone that wants to start up, like any braiding courses or courses within their line of work? Could you give any tips for them?
Yeah, for sure. So if you want to go into education, number one, I think that's the way forward. I think that's the way the world is going into education. So if you are a braider and you want to get into education, I would say find a niche, find something that you want to focus on, something that you do really well, and find where there's a gap. So what I've been able to do is when I niche down to knotless braids, how the courses actually came about was that a lot of braiders started asking me, you know, how do you get your lines so straight? How is your work so neat? And so that's actually how I started off with the knotless braid course to actually provide that. So do something that people are going to want. Because I feel like sometimes you can take so long and you can invest in building something for there not to be a market for it, if that makes sense. So do your research, find what people want, and ask your audience what they want. I feel like once you get to that stage where you're transitioning to education, you should have already built that community, built that following, and kind of have that demand already, and then it would naturally transition.
Going back to like I forgot what you was gonna say. But going back to the community, I find it hard to actually build a community. The reason why I say that is because obviously I have my solid clientele. I have people wanting to use the services, and I kind of do an age range from whatever.
Yeah.
How do you really research how to build a certain community? Like, what is the process of that?
So I would say, because like I said, I feel like mine has kind of grown organically. I didn't really it's not something that I planned to do, but I realized what made a difference for me and what really made me see that growth is specializing in one thing.
Yeah.
I feel like focusing just on knotless braids, everyone who comes to my page, they might not even be paying customers. They might just be people who are inspired by the work. They want to get braids done.
Yeah.
So I think it's focusing on one thing. I think when you're doing a lot of things, it's harder to find that community, I think.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's very clear. So there was a little commotion or outrage about how much you charge for your services. Yeah. I didn't really get to see the ins and outs of that. I saw little pop-ups here and there.
So did I as well.
How did that situation come about?
Are you talking about the shade?
I don't know. I just remember seeing pop-ups about. I saw one post about how can you charge like 1,000 for braids.
It's happened so many times.
What was that? Where did it? Okay, so where did it first start? What moment did you first realize that people are actually talking about the prices that I charge?
So I think what happened was because when I think the Shade Borrower then tagged me in a post, I realized what it was.
And Shade Borrower, I'm guessing, is that because I don't watch Shade Borrower. Is it just that platform that just is?
Yeah, it's a blog. It's a social media. Yeah, social media blog. So I think what happened was someone was probably interested in my services and went on my booking site and then saw the price.
Couldn't afford it.
And decided to do a screenshot and posted it online, and it kind of just blew up from there. But do you know what? I feel like that was such a revolutionary moment. I feel like people who didn't know Sashe Amari and what Sashe Amari was about, that opportunity allowed that to happen. Yeah. And so many braiders reached out to me saying how inspired they are and, you know, what tips can you give? And I think for me, probably the biggest regret was not having the course at the time, because everyone was asking.
That would have been a perfect time actually to start.
That's my own. Yeah, that was the only regret. But no, it was amazing, and since then I've seen a difference in terms of, you know, how much more braiders are valuing.
And I feel like your work is worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like
price is definitely subjective. Yeah, it really is.
I feel like, and you spend so much hours on it. That's the thing. And then you also include, do you know what I mean? Like it just adds up, and I think people don't realize that. They just see braids and think, oh, how come?
Yeah, but do you know what though? It's not even the hours or the time. It's really people are paying because of what they're getting, because of
the longevity of
they
it.
Get of 100% how it makes them feel. I don't feel like we understand the emotional connection that we have with our hair.
Yeah,
like to find someone who can give you what you want, and like a lot of my clients, they've gone to braiders, they've had their head and they just haven't been happy, and they see what's on my page and they see the reviews and they see the content and they're like, wow, this is what I've wanted. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's good.
It's value. It's value. That's what you're selling.
I think I tried to do like human hair, just with like, if I do goddess now, or boho, whatever people call it, I will use expressions and then do human hair.
But I use expressions as well to be the actual
I tried to do it with human hair once. I think that was a flop. I'm surprised the woman hasn't come cutting.
It definitely is. It definitely is a skill and an art form.
Yeah, it's very hard.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So I know that situation, you said it actually helped you and showed you that you are actually elevating. However, did it kind of affect you or impact you emotionally just because of the fact that people were saying negative things and it was on a broad scale? Like,
do you know what's so funny? And again, I feel like I have to bring it back to God, because it's not me. I feel like He's given me this confidence, this boldness to be able to just you know, do things. I feel like when that happened, my business was already doing quite well before. I already had the following. I already had everything. So I was already doing the thing. And I think this is why it's so important for us to be convicted by what we do. And to actually take that time while no one knows us to really work on ourselves and build our business and make sure that we have it right, so that when we then are faced with this or were in the limelight or whatever you call it, you're equipped and you're prepared. So it's like, enjoy that growing process where no one knows you, because once you're on that platform, do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it to be fair, it was great. It was great publicity. I was able to just leverage all of that, and it was good. It was good. It really was.
That's amazing. So obviously, what were your prices when you first started out, and at what pivotal moment did you realize that you could actually raise your prices to what they are? The reason why I'm asking that is because obviously there's a lot of like braiders out there right now. They're thinking, oh, I don't know if I should raise my prices. Like, when's the right time? I don't want to lose clientele because of it. So could you just give us a little backlog of all of that kind of stuff that we have to worry about?
So I mentioned earlier, one of my first clients, I charged for about £50. Even before that, I'm sure it was like £25, £20. I think we all kind of start the same way, and we just look at what other people do and we set our prices based on that, right? And I think for me, my prices naturally grew. I think the main reason is demand. I remember at one point, you know, I was taking on 10, 20 clients a month. I had a waiting list of like 300 people. So it was like I physically, as a solo braider, could not service so many people. The demand was so much. And for a long time, it continued that way, and I'd have a wait list. And like by the time I even got to quarter of the wait list, it would be like, oh well, I changed my mind now. I've cut my hair off, or I've done. So it just wasn't feasible. And then the more I educated myself on business, I just thought there has to be a more efficient way to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And supply and demand. When you have a demand for your work, it's only you, so the supply is low. It drives price. It really, really does.
Yeah, that's true. So guys, I hope you got something from that. For anyone who is struggling or a bit afraid of changing your prices, you'll know when the right time is. So I just think charge what you feel like you're worth. Don't overdo it. Do you know what I mean? But take it step by step.
I would say there are key indicators. So what's the demand like for your work? Like if you have a waiting list jam-packed, then it means that your work is valuable and people are obviously wanting to book with you. So I think that's a good indicator.
Perfect.
For sure.
So I see that you travel to Jamaica quite a bit. Where are the best places to visit in Jamaica, and do you want to live there when you're older?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you know what's so funny? People ask me that all the time because I was born in Jamaica, and I'm actually...
What, if you want to live there?
No, where are the places to go? And I'm like, listen, I go right back to my hometown. I think maybe 2 years ago was probably the first time that I actually enjoyed as a tourist. I would go on TikTok and see these people going to Jamaica and doing all these excursions. I'd be like, I've never done any of that. I was never that person. It's not until recently that I've actually been doing a lot more touristy stuff. I would say Negril, Portmore, where I'm from, it's really on the map now. There's a lot happening there. But yeah, I really am a tourist in my own country. And would I go back and live there? I definitely would do 6 months here, 6 months back home.
Oh, nice.
Like on my mum's side, she's the only one that's in this country. Majority of my family are in Jamaica. So
do you have like a Jamaican passport?
Yeah, I mean, it's expired, but
listen,
I need to renew it. But I do.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right. So what are your morals and your values?
What are my morals and my values?
A bit of a random question, but this is just coming from my mind, so I just want to know.
Yeah, I mean,
in anything, it doesn't have to be. It could just be in any general.
So I mean, growing up, my mum always instilled in me the love of God and you know my Christian values, having integrity, you know, being kind, being generous. I'll say those are like my values. Yeah. Being humble, you know.
As you get older, you notice I feel like I've always been humble anyway. Like I've never been like I'm outgoing, I'm fun, but you know what I mean? I've never been
be outgoing and still be
humble with it as well.
For sure. Humility goes a long way.
Great at timekeeping, I think.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's quite bad.
Timekeeping is
the
very
first one at the event. Everyone who knows me, it's like I try and be late and I'm still like 20 minutes early.
I love that though.
That's a good trait to have, I think.
About black people in time. Timekeeping is very good.
But I agree with all your morals and values as well. All right. Are you dating at the moment or in a relationship?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay,
so What is your love language, and how do you balance and meet the needs of the other person?
My love language. My love language is communication.
Yeah.
I think for me, communication is very important, even if it's just, a text or a call. Me being really busy,
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't get the time, but even if it's just to drop, a text message or a call, communication for me is my love language. And how do I find the time? I mean, I've now been able to do that a lot more now that I've
What's that like, dating or communicating?
I do have a partner. I do have a partner.
Okay.
He's very, very supportive, and we both work really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I guess we just have to.
But that's the balance there.
Yeah.
He's working as well as you're working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, kind of just connecting.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I set my own schedules,
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
can always take time off and stuff.
Oh, nice. Do you want to have children one day?
Oh, 100%.
How many do you want? 5. Girl, I got 2 and that's enough.
Do you know what?
No, my mum's got 5.
Oh, really?
My mum's got 5, yeah.
I would love to have 5 kids. Realistically, I'm probably gonna have only 2.
Yeah. That's cute, though.
Yeah, realistically 2 or 3. But I don't have a lot of siblings. I think there's I think
Yeah.
I have I have a sister and 3 brothers.
Yeah.
But I'm from a big family,
Oh,
so
okay,
I've always liked that and wanted that for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a daughter, would you teach her how to braid? Would you want her to get into braiding?
Yeah, for sure. She definitely would have a business. Yeah, I definitely would. I'm excited. I'm excited to have a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So you attended the Trescala event, 2024 event. That was the first time I've ever heard about it, I've never seen it.
Same. I hadn't. So that was actually the second event. So really, we didn't really
quite fresh.
Yeah, that was just the second one.
But you'd think they've had a lot though, because the setup was nice.
It was really. I actually thought I would have seen you there.
I just saw once everyone started posting, I was like, oh, what's Trescala? Because with me now, I try not to go on social media like that.
Okay.
So I'll do my work post and then jump off it.
Fair
You know what I
enough,
mean?
fair
Just
enough.
because it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would look good though.
It was amazing. It was so good to see so many braiders.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of people kind of knew me because my face is out there.
Yeah.
But then when everyone started saying, "Oh yeah, I'm such and such," I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Faces to the brand.
Yeah,
didn't it?
I took a picture with, I think there was about 7 or 8 of us
Yeah.
braiders lined up. It was so nice to meet in person. The braiders who I speak to online all the time. So
Yeah.
it was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
It was really, really nice, and like a lot of the awards, some of the braiders won. So it was nice. It was nice. to
It looked
see.
like a nice vibe.
It really was nice. You should come to the next one.
Yeah, I've been
for
looking
sure.
out. I've been looking out, definitely. When
Yeah.
is the next one? Obviously, I'm guessing it's next
I'm
year.
not
Was
actually
that this year?
No, I think it might be this year. I think.
Oh
it
yeah,
might
because
be
that
this
was
year.
last year, isn't it? That you
Yeah.
guys went.
I think it will be.
I
this
definitely
year.
will, because it looked like a good
It
event.
was
I like what
nice.
they're
It
doing.
definitely was nice. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite products to use?
Oh, hair products.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to say, I don't know if you have seen it, but my parting comb.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
You see,
That's good.
And
it's got like
honestly,
the ruler
it's got the
basically.
rulers. It is amazing. When I just started braiding, because I've always been quite artistic. So
Yeah.
in terms of like symmetry and stuff, I was quite good
Yeah.
at. But when I realized when I was doing other like different people's head, it would be kind of hard to.
It depends on the size.
Yeah,
thickness, isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
To get the consistency. So that ruler, that ruler comb really, really helped.
Yeah.
And yeah, people who purchased it as well, my students, they really said it's
Yeah.
been good. So I would say that my gummy as well. Can't do without gummy.
Yeah.
Do you use gummy?
I do use gummy. I use the red one.
Okay, I use the purple one actually.
Yeah. Oh, is the purple one good?
Purple one is good. I find. Do you know what?
It's the purple one with the orange. When you open it, it's orange inside.
It's
Or is that I
orange.
think that's the pink one actually. It's
Do you
got
know
pink
what though?
outside.
Some people call it pink. Some people call
Yeah.
it purple. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I used to use the red one.
Oh.
And I found that it made the hair white.
Yeah.
But I think it depends.
I feel like it does if you use a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You only need a little
little
bit. I
bit.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
What about oils and stuff?
Do you know
Or it doesn't really
what?
matter with the oil.
Yeah, I do want to get more into like
Yeah.
oils and stuff and like scalp treatments and stuff.
Yeah.
Oil that I'm using, Miel. I use Miel.
Mm.
Do you know Miel?
Yeah, that's quite a new brand though, isn't it?
I think it's fairly new.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I used to always use Murray's beeswax edge wax.
Okay, what did you?
It's just like
What
beeswax.
did you use it for though? To style, to
Like
slip your hair?
like the braids, like
Oh,
yeah. So it's in like a
really?
tub. It's not the yellow one.
Oh, not the
But
yellow
yeah,
one.
it's like a flat tub, and it's it's
okay.
white, but it's see-through, transparent at the same time when you put it on the client's
Has it
head.
got a black? Has it got a
Yeah,
black
like a
cover
black lid
around with a white?
Yeah. I think you know.
Okay, I think I know.
Yeah,
what
I used to
one.
love using that product for everything. But I feel like they've taken an ingredient out of it.
Is it quite oily now? Is it that
It's just
one?
weird. It gives me like, because there was that one, and then there was like the black beeswax, which is a tougher one. But it just feels the same as the black one now, the extra hold, and I don't like it. It's very like, it's either watery or it's too
I
tough.
find that they do that once. I feel like with mass production, they just reduce the quality
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
stuff, and it just it's
Yeah.
never the same.
For oils, I like to use so it's called Do Grow, and they have like 4 different brands.
think I've heard of
Yeah,
Do
so
Grow.
there's like Mega Growth, Anti Itch, and I don't remember that.
You think
other
they
one.
work?
I like them. Like my hair's normally curly,
Okay, yeah.
but obviously I've cut it. But I used to use that on my scalp all the time.
Yeah.
Or there was this thing called Virgin that I used to use back in the day.
Hair growth.
Yeah, it was like in a
tube.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that smells the whole place.
And it's like it was in a toothpaste tube.
Apparently it was good though. I used to use the
I used to like that
Virgin.
one.
Oh, it was strong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And moisturizers, it just depends. It depends what moisturizers I have at the time.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm loving African Pride
What's that?
products.
I've seen like a spray of that, like in a brown bottle, but that's the only product.
Yeah, I've been using like their leave-in conditioner for my boho braids.
Oh,
African
nice.
Pride, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Leaves it soft and stuff.
It's soft. Yeah, it's not a heavy product.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
nice. How long would you recommend like clients leave their knotless braids in for? Like, is there a max that you would suggest they leave it in for?
It depends on the size and stuff.
Like
So-
small ones. Let's go
So,
with small.
small ones, I've had clients leave small ones for 13, 14 weeks, probably come to do like a touch up. I think it depends if you're pulling your hair up really tight, whether if there's tension. It really depends.
Yeah.
I think if you're going 5-6 months, that's half a year.
She's like,
I do think there is I do think that there is an expiration for sure, for sure. Yeah.
All right. So on your website, you also have your braid care hair product line. This is where Sashe sells bonnets, combs, spray bottles, isn't it?
I think do I still have them up there? I was selling like the set at one point.
What's that?
I was selling like a boho
Oh, like
set.
a set, like a bundle.
A boho care
nice,
set, yeah. That had the bonnet, the spray bottle, the boho brush, and all of that stuff.
Oh, nice. Are your vendors like the vendors? Sorry, vendors are where she gets her products from, guys. Are they UK based or abroad?
They're all over.
Yeah,
they're all over. Yeah.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer UK based or do you prefer going abroad?
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
It depends on what it is, and where I've sourced them as well. I feel like now, you don't really have to go out and search for vendors. They actually come and find you. Like a lot of them are on social media.
They message you, isn't it? DM.
Exactly, yeah. And what's nice is I guess you can look and see what the comments are, what the reviews are, and what that stuff.
And my next question was gonna be, could you let the audience know if they are looking for vendors, what steps they could take to find good ones?
I would say social media.
Yeah.
I would say social media and like evaluate their profile. So what are their comments saying? What are their reviews like? Do they have a website?
Yeah. What are the don'ts when ordering from vendors?
What are the don'ts? I think
from your own experience.
See, for me, when it comes to vendors, before I do any bulk order, I order samples.
Yeah. That's what I did wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I ordered a sample. But what
I order a few. I do a sample, one sample, then I do a small batch.
Yeah. See, me, I was wrong. So I basically got like 1,000 brushes, 450.
But we don't know who is there to teach us these things.
So I would advise, literally, if you are starting out and using vendors, literally get a small batch, maybe like 50.
Yeah, and start with one product.
Yeah, and one, not 5.
Yeah, start with one product, and I think testing is the best way.
That's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
And then also consider if you are using vendors from abroad, consider like the fees that they cost to ship as well, because sometimes those fees pop up.
That's the cost of business though, isn't it? Yeah. Make sure that you have like a good payment protection plan in place for sure.
Yeah. Okay, you also, obviously going back to the courses that you sell on your site, um, you've given the option for clients to pay monthly installments. I guess what brand do you use for those? Is it ClearPay that you use?
Oh gosh, I've got PayPal, Pay-in-3, I've got Klarna,
Oh, that's it.
ClearPay.
Klarna that I've seen
got
that
all
you've
of them.
used.
Yeah.
Have you had any negative issues when clients use Klarna, whether it's for, obviously you don't do it for braiding services, do you? Just for your courses
I
and
do it
stuff?
for everything,
Do you for
actually.
your braiding?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What was
That's
the
good to know.
question?
I was just basically saying, have you had like any negative experiences? Like, say if someone chooses to use a Klarna or a ClearPay or whatever to do the installments, have there been any times where they've paid one installment and haven't paid the rest, or how does it work?
So how these third party installment payments, whatever they're called, works is you as the seller, as the business, you get the full money.
Oh, and
so
then they take it up with the...
so it's with the third party, so it's nothing to do with.
Because I was thinking about doing that for courses, because I just make people take, like, they have to pay in full. They want to use the course.
I think that's how we buy. That's how we buy now, literally. So when they make a payment, they obviously take their fee, and it goes straight to you. And any disputes is between
that's perfect. Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Since building your brand, do you feel like you get enough support from your family and friends? I know back in, like, when you said you was in Jamaica, you would, or sorry, not in Jamaica, when you was beginning out, you had a lot of support. But now that you've blown up a bit, do you feel like your family and friends still support you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like even now, even like coming to this interview, my friends and my family, they play an integral part of everything. Yeah, they really are my support system. Very, very supportive. Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
Sure.
That's good.
And strange. Well, I'll say strangers because my clients aren't strangers. But yeah, like my friends, my family, my clients, even people who I interact with on social media who I haven't even seen before. Very, very supportive. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do definitely feel like, obviously, family is supportive, but I do feel like you always get your support from strangers. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
I think so. It could be any little thing though. It could be like I'm going back to when I first started, by the way.
When you say strangers, do you mean like clients or just
like clients or people that you've never met before, but they're just interested or they like your content and they've been following you for years? Do you know what I mean?
In terms of that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just because I also hear a lot of people say, oh, like my family doesn't really support me, but I just say, don't worry about it. Like, it's fine.
You
like,
get,
just keep
for sure. You definitely get your little community who will reshare and post and stuff. Yeah.
All right. You touch on the importance of building a solid brand outside of physical braiding. And by that, I mean, like, obviously you've got your braiding hair, you've got all your utensils that you use, that you sell, which is good, by the way. What does that look like for your brand? Like, in a few years, where can you see your brand going if you was to stop doing hair physically?
So, I mean, eventually I will retire from braiding. I mean, I do want to start having a family soon, and standing up braiding when you're 9 months pregnant isn't, you know what I mean? So I think for me, it's really thinking about business. So like I said, the more I started to like consume all these podcasts and books and stuff on business, I realized that how I was working, like I was calling myself a business owner, entrepreneur. How I was working was really like a high paid self-employed person. Like
that's what it basically is.
Yeah, like I read this book called The E-Myth, and oh my gosh, like I already sort of knew, but it really just hit me that if you think about it, if we was to go on holiday for like 3-4 months,
we're not getting paid.
You don't get paid. If you was to sell your business, how much would it be valued at? It won't be worth anything because you are there.
Exactly.
You're actually the business. So in order to build a successful business that's going to be able to sustain without you even being there, you have to put certain things in place.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's doing things that
get a certain amount of revenue, I think, as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I think the key is moving away from like trading your time for money.
Yeah, exactly.
So for example, with the courses, you spend 6 months, 1 year to make that course. You sell that for the rest of your life. That becomes an asset. Yeah. So I can be away on holiday. I can not be doing anything and I'm still selling the course. So it's really moving towards building a brand and a business as opposed to something that's solely reliant on me to make it operate.
Yeah, so, makes sense.
Yeah. Why are you
What
laughing?
excites you in your personal life? Sorry.
What excites me in my personal life?
What gives you that? Yeah, I just want to have a great day and
music.
is it
Music?
yeah.
I don't know what you were.
No, music is quite good. My choice of music has definitely changed, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, I would say wait. What's the question again?
What excites you in your life?
I would say music. Going on holiday.
Yeah.
What about you? I feel like I don't know if
I'm asking you the question. I don't even know myself.
Yeah.
What excites me? You know what? What excites me is me waking up and saying it's gonna be a great day today. That excites me because I realize that when I do that, it's just gonna be a good day regardless. And I know it's crazy.
So powerful.
The
It
mind
really
is powerful, and that's what I've learned throughout these years. Like, literally, just speak it, and it will be.
If you say you can do it, you can do it for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
That excites me. That starts off my day, so that excites me.
I like that. I like that. I guess it being like a sunny day, and you're like, oh my gosh, the sun is shining. It's gonna be I think I feel like you really do have to make a decision to kind of speak over your life that it's gonna be good. It's you have to think and speak positive, and that will come out. I feel like if you dwell on the negative and think and speak negative, that will manifest itself.
No, that makes sense. If you had one color to wear for the rest of your life, what color would it be?
Take a guess.
Would it be brown? No, I love that. I've never heard anyone say that brown is my favorite color. I love that. Something new, yes.
I would walk into a shop and the outfit wouldn't even be nice, but it's brown, so it catches my eyes. I love brown.
It suits your complexion as well. It's so nice.
I love brown, yeah.
What
about you?
I would say pastel colors now, and I know that's just a variety.
Okay.
But maybe cream.
I do,
Like a nudie pink.
Yeah, I like subtle.
I love turquoise, but I just don't see any nice clothes that are in turquoise.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I like subtle stuff.
Yeah, it keeps it classy, innit?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. How would your friends describe you now?
How would my friends describe me?
The rawest, the realest, honest answer.
You want the honest answer?
I do.
Oh my gosh. I would say that my friends, I have a small niche of friends, and we're more family than friends. Like, they're really like my sisters. Yeah. Probably shouldn't say this.
Go for it.
They all say that I'm a bit dipsy.
They say I'm clumsy, and I get offended.
They say that about me. Do you know what it is though? It's so crazy, but the very few friends that I have, I value them so much, and I literally could trust them with my life. So it's as simple as, if we're going on holiday, I'm gonna give you the money. You book everything. I trust you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I can almost just sit back.
But that's the whole basis of a friendship anyway.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I can really just go along with it because I trust them. Like, when I'm by myself now, I'm all together. But when I'm with them, I feel like it's because I trust them.
You can let you go a bit.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they'll say that I'm a ditzy. They will.
Do you read books?
Oh, I listen to audiobooks. Does that count as reading books?
If you process the information just the same.
Yeah.
What's your 2 favorite books that you would recommend?
Oh, my 2 favorite books. I love Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
What we were just talking about with regards to, having a job versus a business. Yeah. I felt like if I was introduced to that book earlier on,
it would be different.
We would have even gone to university, I promise you. Yeah. It really just completely changed my whole perspective. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, and another book. I'm trying to think something that's not business. Yeah. But I really started enjoying reading when I started to educate myself. So I don't even have like a fantasy book or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I don't read fantasy.
What other book? The E-Myth that I've actually read recently is really, really good. Again, that's on business. Yeah. I said those 2 books I really enjoy. I like books that's like that kind of educate me. So either it's a self-help book or an educational book. I do like. I've come to like those things.
Yeah, that's like me as well.
Do you read?
I do read. I got quite a lot of books.
Oh really?
Yeah. So there's a book. All right. So going back to God, for a second, there's a really good book for Christians to read. It's called Hearts of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I remember I didn't buy the book. I literally just went away once and I found it on a bookshelf and it was just like poking out. I can't remember. I'll send it to you.
Fire. Okay.
Hearts of Fire, and it's based about 8 different women that are live in different parts of the world and the trials and tribulations that they go through just because they're Christians and how like their families neglect them just because of social status, because in a lot of places it's not really deemed good, is it? So that's a good book. There's another one, I think it's Interview with a Devil or something like that. But it's Napoleon Hill that wrote the book. That's a good one as well. And then I read the self-help books. Like I've got all the one that you just said, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Think and Grow Rich.
Just like
I love emotional intelligent books as well. Because I learned a lot from them.
Speaking on the books on faith, there's this, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? This little pocket book. It's a brown book. I don't know if you would have seen it on social media. I don't know if it's Jesus Daily. I don't remember what it's called.
Is it literally like a little notepad?
It's like a little brown book. And it's like got a daily devotion. So for every day of the year, it has like a text, and then it has the Bible scriptures below that you can read. That's something, that physical book that I'm actually reading, which is really, really
nice.
good. I'll get the name of it. You can put it in.
But I do like reading.
Yeah.
You have a blue verification tick on, obviously, Instagram. Guys, if you don't know, the blue verification tick is at the top of the page on your Instagram. And also, did you pay for that?
Yeah, I did. I do. It's a subscription, actually.
Yeah. What was your strategy behind that? And did you start paying for that because you felt like it would be beneficial to your business? If yes, how?
So, for some reason, like a lot of people messaging me because people would like take my work and they will like they will set up accounts and basically use it as theirs. And then there was a point where someone made an Instagram. I think it's Sashe Amari. It's very similar. With all of my pictures, and I tried to report it, and they basically said there's nothing they can do. So that was really the reason behind getting it.
So what does that do? Like stop people from being able to take your work?
No. So what it does is it just verifies that I'm the.
Oh, you're the stylist behind the work.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if there is so with the other profile, because they can take your name and like add something to it.
Oh, okay.
And so having that verification, I think there's a process you have to go through first.
Yeah.
Because
you have to work with certain hit certain targets before you can
exactly. So you have to go through that process. So it just helps.
That makes sense. Because the interview that I had with another guest, she also said that she pays for it, and she had a strategy behind it. So I thought, let me ask. How long does it take for you to do your own braids? Because I also see that your mum does your braids sometimes.
Yes, I taught her, and now I would not be doing my own hair myself. Oh gosh, it probably takes me like 2 days to do my own hair. I haven't done my own hair in a while. She's taken over. And actually these, one of my students done them.
Oh, is it amazing? That's actually quite handy that you actually let your students try on your hair as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, she should be proud of herself.
Yes,
well done.
I'm proud of her, TT.
Well done, TT. Great work. Looks lovely.
Yeah, super proud of her.
All right, when taking out human curly hair, how do you stop the hair from shedding? And when you're going through the process of washing the hair and drying it, like how do you stop it from fraying everywhere?
So when I take my hair out, or what I advise my clients to do, as long as you just take your time and take the pieces and you just literally place them down. I think I have so many videos of me doing it as well.
Is that on your wooden?
On Instagram. No, literally just take them out and place them on wherever, on your lap, or I think on the video I have it on my lap. And then you just put all the ends together, put an elastic. And
then that will help hold it while you're washing.
And it just holds it whilst you wash it, and as long as the quality is good, you have no issues.
What for those who obviously have human hair that they want to wash, is there certain shampoos and conditioners that they should use?
Anything that you would use,
just not oil based.
Natural hair. What do you mean not oil based?
Like should because you can get some conditioners that are quite oil based.
Anything that you would use in your it's natural hair. Anything that you would use in your natural hair, for sure.
I was having this conversation because obviously I'm asking you because you work a lot with human hair. Does human hair come from dead people?
Oh my gosh, girl, I don't have a
Because we was having a conversation and she was like, they actually, when someone dies, they cut the hair, obviously, and then if the hair is short, they can make it longer.
No, well, you actually see videos where
sorry,
they're
that's
just
a random.
you actually see videos where they're just cutting
the hair
pay
off.
someone, you cut them, they're alive. So
Yeah.
I don't,
Okay. That's
I
a
don't
good.
know
I
about
can
that.
imagine them doing it.
It's not
anyone does
impossible.
anything.
It's
Yeah.
not impossible. Anything is possible. Yeah.
How do you find the balance between what is good hair and what is not, even though they both claim it's human?
Testing it.
So trying it, touching it,
and testing it. That's
yeah.
Wearing it. Go on holiday. Go to a hot country.
Yeah.
That's the best way. Testing it is the best way.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
All right. What are your strengths and insecurities?
What are my strengths and insecurities? I think my strength is I'm very competitive. I'm very determined.
Yeah.
And I would know full well that I probably can't do something, but I'll still go for it.
Yeah.
And I think a weakness could be sometimes I actually can't do the thing.
But that's not a weakness. At least you tried.
Yeah.
A weakness is not trying and never knowing.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, should I give a better weakness?
No, that's fine. It's all whatever you feel.
I think for me, that's probably
yeah,
a strength and a weakness. Sometimes I think I focus on the things that I can do really well, and the things that I should do, which I'm not quite good at, I kind of just leave it.
Yeah.
So,
oh, nice.
Be like a
yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. A strength of mine is determined. Or I don't know if that's the word. Like, you know, when you start something, you have to finish it there and then. Like, if I'm decorating, I have to finish the whole thing that day. That's determination, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a strength. Insecurity.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
You go first.
I thought you said a strength and a weakness. You said an insecurity.
What's one of your insecurities? And I'll tell you one of mine.
What's one of my insecurities? What's one of my insecurities? Oh, I wouldn't say it's an insecurity, but I would say it's something that I definitely battle with.
Yeah.
And that's my weight. So I think it's
not why. Sorry, not why. Okay.
It's weird you say that. So growing up, I was always super, super skinny. Obviously, as I've gotten older, clearly I've put on some weight, but it's like, I think it's that psychological thing where you've always been told that you're so skinny that even when you do put on weight, it's like sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've lost weight. And then my sister will be like, no, you've got body dysmorphia or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's that psychological thing. And I found like when I started going to the gym, I would do one session. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Do you feel like you just
It's a mental thing. So I would say that's something that I from a mental
perfect way, especially for your height as well.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my insecurities. I don't have much insecurities. Obviously you have insecurities from things that you've been through, but I feel like one of an insecurity of mine used to be my eyes. I love my eyes now. Oh yeah. But I've got quite like I call them Drake eyes.
What are Drake eyes? I need to go look at Drake again.
Like they're tiered. Like I can't explain it. You know how some people's eyes they're
chinky
quite
eyes.
Yeah, chinky eyes. Yeah. So I used to be very self-conscious with that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I love my eyes now, and I wouldn't wear lashes and that now.
Okay.
Unless I'm like going somewhere, especially just because I'm trying to embrace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was one of my.
What's your mix?
Jamaican and English. My dad's Jamaican, my mom's English. But everyone like is like, oh, maybe you got like a little. What? Yeah. What is it called? What do they call
Indian
them?
Or Chinese?
No, like Chinese,
Asian. Yeah,
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't look like a straight.
Yeah. Even my nieces, like they've got like chinky eyes. Even my kids, they've got like.
Yeah, but
there's something
we're so mixed up though.
Yeah, exactly.
So mixed up.
I love them. I love them now.
Beautiful.
What are you grateful for?
Oh gosh, I'm grateful for God.
Yeah,
I am. I'm grateful for His grace and His His unmerited favor. I feel like we don't deserve half the things that we have. Yeah, and I can even speak for myself. But His grace and
yeah.
I'm grateful for Him. Yeah.
Could you describe one experience where God really showed up for you when you thought, "Rah, this is not going well"?
Oh, that's a good example. Do you know what? He shows up for me daily. He really does. And even that, when you asked me about when, I guess my brand first went viral, a lot of people messaged me and was like, "Oh my gosh, Sasha, are you okay? Like, are you okay? This has happened." And the fact that I was so at peace with it, and it actually motivated me. I feel like it is only God. And even like speaking at the event that I spoke at the other day, I don't know if you saw it.
I've
A
seen like
level
a
up,
little.
a
Oh no,
level
I
up
haven't seen that.
event.
Is it on your
Yes,
page?
yes.
I'll have
So
a look at it.
I was one of the panelists
Yeah.
at the event, and I was so nervous. I'd never done public speaking before,
Yeah.
and I was so nervous. And when I came off the stage, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you spoke so well. You know, you were so transparent." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this must be God," because I was so nervous. So I feel like He just shows up for me all the
Daily.
time, for sure. Yeah.
Would you say you're a Christian, or would you say that you just believe in God?
Oh no, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I am a Christian. I was actually baptized when I was 13 years old.
Wow. I want to get baptized.
Oh, do you know what?
I want to get baptized.
It's the best feeling knowing that you don't deserve His love. None of us are
continuously shows up for
perfect.
you.
None of us are perfect, but honestly, it's the best feeling ever knowing that. Like even a lot of the stuff that I've been able to do in my business, a lot of the boundaries that I've been able to cross, it's really Him who's given me that
The strength, isn't it?
The boldness. Yeah, honestly, it's the best thing. And even like just talking about it, I'm a bit emotional. It's Him, honestly, babe.
No, I agree.
He really just shows up for you.
Yeah,
for sure.
What does success mean to you? And did success mean something different to you when you was younger to this point now?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would say when I was younger, you know, we always correlate success with having money, with being rich. I would say that was, you know, what success was. And now, I mean, I'm obviously far from being rich, but success for me is really just having the time and the means, I guess, which money can be one, to just do for my family what, you know, what they want, and have that time to just spend with my loved ones. For me
The
success,
balance, isn't it?
It is, for sure. It's not the money, but what money does is it gives you that time to be able to. That's it for me. That's what success is. It really is.
I agree.
Yeah.
What are the next steps for Sashe? I always do this. Is it Sashe Amari or Sashe Marie?
Sashe Amari. So
Sashe, is that your actual name, your full name?
So Sashe is my first name, and Amari is my middle name.
Oh, I love that. They should have double barreled it.
They should have, right? So it's Sashe Amari.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's so funny. Someone said to me, "I actually don't know how to pronounce your name because I don't think you say it online." But so people say all sorts, but it's Sashe Amari. And what's next for me is my academy.
Yeah.
It's education. So a lot of braiders want to obviously refine their skill. I feel like I've seen firsthand how mastering one skill and educating myself have completely changed my business. And I want to be able to give that to other braiders, because we know that braiding is hard. It's a lot of work. And I now know that it's not sustainable to just braid.
Yeah.
If you want to build an actual business, there's so many places that you can go with it. And so I do want to share my knowledge, and I'm eager to do that. Yeah. So that's what's next.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you,
guys. At the end, you're welcome. At the end of every podcast, I get my guests to ask me 2 questions of choice, personal or business. What?
Okay.
So let me prep myself.
When are you gonna sit in the interview chair?
You know what? I was gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
Starting season 2, I was actually gonna start it off with someone interviewing me, but then I thought, nah. Maybe after April I'll do that. Maybe in May.
What's stopping you?
Nothing's stopping me, but I don't know. Nothing's stopping me really, because I feel like I'm an open book. Would I be very, very honest? You know what? Yeah, I would, because I feel like these talks really help people.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there are people that are quite interested in like your audience. The reason why I do this is so that your audience can learn a lot more about you instead of just seeing you on your platform. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like everyone will learn something from,
for sure.
and people share the same experiences and they would like to know how you deal with things. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely would. I think in May I'll definitely do.
I think what's nice as well is that you actually answer some of the questions yourself.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's a nice two-way thing. Yeah. Second question.
Yeah.
What's next for you in terms of your braiding business and stuff as well?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that I have given myself 2 years, 3 years max to stop braiding.
Okay.
To stop braiding. I love braiding. Like, it's just like my piece. Like, I enjoy it. It's good money. I can work when I want. So I definitely know that I wouldn't work for someone else. In regards to physically, just because we are getting older.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm quite lucky to not have any, like, touch wood. But do you know what I mean? Any like, what do they call it when you get wrist hurt,
carpal tunnel,
carpal tunnel. I think because I've been braiding for so long though, so my bones have kind of adjusted into the movements.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reality is, can I be doing this? It's like freedom as well. You are not free. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to sacrifice because you're doing hair.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely want to take this podcast somewhere.
Oh yeah. Well, where do you see it going in the next 5 years?
I want to travel with it.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of people that I've reached out to, a lot from different countries.
Okay.
I definitely do want to travel with it. Right now, I'm just free falling. Is that the word? Like, I'm just going along with it because I've stepped out of my comfort zone and started it now. But I do need to start taking it a bit more seriously.
Do you have like an Instagram page or a TikTok page or social media page for the podcast?
Yeah, it's called Life as a Full-Time Braider. The actual Instagram page called Life as a Full-Time Braider.
I haven't seen that. I would definitely.
On my TikTok, I also do some stuff up on there as well. But the stuff is also the travel jobs that I do. As well. So I've started to like kind of vlog the travel jobs that I do. Definitely want this to go somewhere. Don't exactly know where I want it to go, in which direction. But definitely travel with it. And yeah, whatever opportunities. It's crazy because on my way back, just sharing a little story. On my way back from one of my travel jobs, I think it was Paris that we went to. I was on the train coming back and there was a lady, and you could tell that very beautiful lady, like maybe in her 30s, like, or like early 40s, but she looked really good. And she was on the phone to this guy, and when I say this guy, I couldn't even hear what he was saying, but I could just tell that he was literally like a narcissist, basically.
Oh no.
She was crying on the phone, all of this stuff. I'm not going to share what she was saying because I think it's a bit personal. So after that call, like, I was fuming. I wanted to say to her, like, I wanted to say something to her from the beginning, but after that call, I just had to really give her a heart-to-heart in front of everyone. I didn't care who was looking. Because I think more people wanted to say something to her. But I probably got there first. And then after, the lady was, not that lady, because how it worked is she ended up, I'm based in Brixton, so that lady ended up being in Brixton as well. So I said, no, he's not going to come and pick you up. You come in my cab and I'll drop you home. She was like, oh my gosh, thank you. You are so kind. But then when the train stopped, she snuck off because obviously I think he was coming to pick her up.
No.
But me even doing that, and it's kind of like I was urged to do it. So going back to God, like, I felt like it was just the right. If I didn't say it, I would be eaten up inside. So hopefully, whether she does go back to that guy or not, my words to her would make her change. So after that, anyway, there was this two ladies sitting opposite that lady, and they was like, "I'm so glad you should be a motivational speaker because that was so empowering. You literally said everything I would." Do you know what I mean? So I didn't notice it at the time because I'm thinking, no, this lady is really. Like, this guy's really taking a piss. So I think anything motivational speaking, I would definitely get into that. And because I was never been a motivational speaker before, I was always been anxious about talking on camera, all this stuff. So that's a big step for me to even be on camera today. So anything motivational, podcasts, like, I just maybe need to research how to make money on podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you already have it on YouTube. And I think if you just grow the traction towards your YouTube, so making sure that you're posting these short clips on.
And like I was saying to Chloe, I need like some some tutoring from like a
education. I would tell anyone, literally, education. If you don't know something, whether even if you have to pay for it, invest in it, because it's the only way to grow. It's the only way to grow.
Yeah, working and traveling is definitely a main aim. That means the kids can experience life as well.
For
I can bring
sure.
them along with me.
Do you want more babies?
No. No. No.
Well,
no,
you have a boy and a girl.
I have a boy and a girl, and they're a blessing. And I feel like without them, I wouldn't be here today, like where I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would probably still be stuck in whatever, but
yeah,
they're a blessing, and I'm glad to have them. But I'm not having no more, so no.
I mean, fair enough.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Could you share with our audience what platforms they can find you on and all of that good stuff?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to follow my business, follow my journey, my Instagram is Sashe Amari, SASHE AMARI. I'm also on YouTube, TikTok, using the same @Sashe Amari, and my website is sasheamari.com, where you can see all the products and my knotless braid mastery course, and my academy is also on sasheamari.com in the education tab. So yeah, if you're interested, if you have any questions, reach out to me in the DMs. Yeah.
Right. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into another podcast. I really know that this is going to go somewhere. So please like, share, subscribe. You'll find my information and Sashe's information on the link in the bio below on the YouTube video. And yeah, take care. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So this is my